This is Empowering Small Business with Dave Kaufman and Todd Saylor. If you want to talk to Dave and Todd, call them at 373-1220. That's 373-1220. Now, here are Dave and Todd.
Welcome to the Empowering Small Business Show. I'm your host, Dave Kaufman, along with my co-host, Mr. Todd Saylor.
You see the guest we have here today.
I'll tell you what.
He's massive.
Well, what's up with this?
He's beautiful.
You're massive. Our guest is massive. And here, Howard Katz is also in the room. He's our silver sponsor with Tom.
Silver
Tom
sponsor? Is that?
I'm not sure I can be heard.
Silver. What's that mean?
Silver sponsor means
You're
that
over 65?
yeah, actually, I am. Hard to believe, isn't it?
We actually have
Absolutely.
3 different levels of sponsorship: silver, gold, and platinum.
What am I?
You're platinum.
I thought
you
you
very
were
much.
beyond platinum.
Beyond.
But Howard and I, we're dressed up real nice, and the rest of you are too. But
I've got
Todd and
patriotic
Justin,
colors on today.
Yeah,
I got
that's
the
true.
red, white, and
red,
blue
white,
going.
and blue. Look at that.
Red Sox, baby.
So what's up with all? He does have red socks.
He looks good.
Yeah.
His feet smell. He just put them up on my. I don't know what this guy's doing.
Yeah. So our guest is Justin J. Young. We're not going to let him speak yet, but he
That's
goes.
the rules.
He goes to the gym. He works out. And Todd, do you work out
Absolutely.
every day?
No.
Yeah.
I try
Yeah.
5 days a week.
The only difference is, I go to the gym with Todd. The gym goes to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure that one out. But I will tell you this week, I had a challenge. With my trainer. He's a professional football player, and we've been working on getting back to flexibility, doing the things I never thought I would do. I made fun of all these old dudes in the gym with kettlebells and the stretching, and I'm like, oh, my back's bad. I got mass, I got muscle, but I can't move.
That's because you're 51.
Oh, 51, baby. So I can't move. And so I get this trainer, so we're at 20 weeks and whatnot. The challenge was to run a timed 40-yard dash under 5.8 seconds. I ran a 4.65 in college when I played in college, and I had a pro trial. But this guy's a Super Bowl champ, and he's been giving me grief.
Wow.
So we run up to this whole thing, and sure enough, the day's here to run the time 40. Brings in a ringer, a 30-year-old professional. He's going to race me.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I psyched him out. I got right in his face. I said, we're going, baby.
You stared the wolf down.
I'm coming off that line like a freight train. And he started talking about how his leg hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ran a 5.340.
Get out.
Not playing, man.
Really?
I did it. And I told him I was just practicing.
Just warming up.
So here's the story. I get back on the line. The guy backs out, the one who's supposed to race me. The 30-year-old, man. Right? So I run it again. I'm going to beat my time. Pulled up with a hammy. Blew a tire.
No way.
I'm limping. I'm done.
Wow.
My professional career's over.
Hey, I want to invite everybody to go to our radio show Facebook page. It's called the Empowering Small Business Radio Station on Facebook, and you can see a picture of Todd and myself, and also the owner of the station, Jim Lampill.
Great guy.
Yeah, he works out too. I got to start working out. I'm losing all this weight.
You look good. Well, you got to be disciplined. What you are.
Yeah.
Hit your number, but
Yep.
you got to start. You can't have all.
Got to
that
work
stuff
with the
hanging around.
trainer.
Yeah.
The cost of a gym membership is not enough motivation to actually go there.
Right.
But when you actually hire a personal trainer and you don't go and you blow that off, then you really feel the pain of the loss
Which
of what
brings-
you're paying for.
Which brings me to the word of the day.
What is it?
You ready?
Let's go.
I googled.
Bring it on.
We
Ju-
need to
I-
have some music for the word of the day.
Oh, Eric, what are you doing? We need music. Justin, I googled this guy, so you got to Google
Right. Our guest.
Justin Young. And then, of course, I knew Howard was going to be here and you're here. And the word of the day is we have 4 Towsers in the room.
Towsers.
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 Towser, plural Towsers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I sell trousers.
You do. But a Towser, are we ready? A Towser. Justin, you ready for what a Towser is? Really simple. A big dog.
Big
A big dog.
A big dog.
I love it.
Yeah. A big, hearty person, especially one who is very energetic.
Oh, well,
Justin,
I fit
Justin.
that.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
hardy.
we're all
hardy,
he's
that's for
all
sure.
hardy. Now here it is. Here's the sentence. He is a Towser for excellence. Bam, drop the mic.
Wow. No, don't. They're expensive.
How about trousers for Towsers?
trousers for that's your next business, Howard.
That's it.
By the way, Howard, tell us a little bit in like 2 seconds.
Tom James Company,
Yes.
Howard Katz, where great fit happens. Convenience, service, excellence, and selection.
The best dressed man in Sarasota, and he can help you become the second best man or woman, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So Tom James of Sarasota, how do they get a hold of you?
202-215-4435.
You're so politically correct.
Who, me?
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
you just worked in the female.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, it's part of his business.
It is. Big part of the business.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right.
Just saying.
So, hey, coming up in the next segment, we have my good friend, Justin Young, all the way from Valdosta, Georgia. You're going to love this guy, owner of Paramount Benefits Group, and he's going to show you how he can help you. And I can't wait to get him going. But do we have the...
He's ready.
Do we... You know what time it is?
I know what
It's the
time it is.
most
What time is it,
important
Howard?
Time of the morning.
It's time for the Biz App of the Week
And...
with the David Johnson.
Hey, David, how are you, sir?
I'm doing marvelous. How are you guys this morning?
Wonderful, but we'll get better.
Dave, good morning.
Good morning.
What are you
How
dressed
you?
like this morning, Dave?
You-
Tell me,
I'm
you have
dressed
clothes
for
on.
I'm dressed for a call-in segment on the radio.
I mean, I knew you had clothes on, but I want to hear like a suit and tie or something.
I have not seen Mr. Katz recently, so I'm not the best dressed man in Sarasota.
Yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least you're
Not
dressed.
yet.
Hey, David, what's the Biz App of the Week?
Yeah, so I want to ask you guys how your password habits are.
Oh, my
I mean,
goodness. I forget them.
Wow.
What's a password?
You guys are well educated, right? So you never use the same password on more than one website,
Oh,
right?
never.
You never write them down someplace or store them in a Word doc or someplace that's easy to find.
Oh, never.
I have
And
a
all your
tattoo of my
passwords are
password.
super complex.
A tattoo.
But I can't get
So,
it right because it's
so
backwards. Sorry, Dave.
So recently, Wired Magazine published an interview with a Russian hacker. And this guy has over 800 million passwords for sale. He's keeping the good ones to himself, though. He's only selling the passwords that have been stolen from well-publicized hacks, like the 167 million user accounts that were stolen from LinkedIn. You know, yours might be in that list, just an idea. So the vast majority of people, it turns out, have a habit of using the same password on more than one website. So recently, services like Carbonite and GoToMyPC are just a couple of well-publicized examples of companies whose systems have been hit with password reuse attacks, which means that these hackers try to log in with usernames and passwords or email addresses and passwords that were stolen from other websites. So they don't even have to steal the password for your bank anymore. They can steal it from LinkedIn, and chances are pretty good that you've got either the same password or one that's pretty similar that's easy to guess that you're using for your bank or for maybe other sensitive stuff. So what to do about this problem? So I'm going to tell you about the solution that I use. This is a service called LastPass. And the way that LastPass works is that it generates these super complex passwords for you, so you don't have to sit there and come up with these, password combinations that don't appear in the dictionary, that have letters and numbers and capitals and lowercase and symbols and all these other things, and are long enough that it makes them not very convenient to guess or brute force. And it'll generate those passwords for you, store them in an encrypted online database, and then the only way to access those passwords is with an encryption key, and that is the encryption key that you know and create. So in essence, it becomes the last password that you ever need to know, hence the name.
Wow.
So what I love about LastPass is that there's a browser extension that you can use in Google Chrome, Firefox, all the major browsers. There are mobile apps for Android and iOS. And let's face it, man, we have sensitive business data, personal information, stuff that needs to be protected properly, and most of us are not going to have the right password habits left to ourselves. So you need a tool like LastPass, and it's the one that I have. In my own research, I can tell you that they have some of the very best security protocols and habits and methodologies that you're going to find anywhere. So that is my recommendation for storing your passwords and keeping yourself safe.
Man, I really need that in my life. I have so many passwords scattered all over the place. I mean, you can sweep them up off my floor. They're all over the place.
You have a cleaning company.
I do. Absolutely. Hey, David, there's another app that I just recently ran into that I love, and I want to tell all of our listeners about. It's called TuneIn. It's where you can actually listen to any radio station in the world. Go to your app store, TuneIn, free radio, and it's great. You can listen to this show. It's live. It's free. Listen to the radio on TuneIn.
Free.
On Android and Apple. So
I have to give a quick shout out to my Uber driver this morning too, Mark.
Yeah. What happened?
Well, he was there on time. He's perfect. He's a wonderful guy. He's got 3 kids, maybe 4. Mark, I don't know if you're going to call me and bust me on that. Putting his family through school.
Awesome.
Doing Uber. You
Really?
guys know how much I love Uber, right?
Yeah.
I've got great Uber stories. We're going to do a whole session someday.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
Brought me here right on time. Thanks, Mark.
There's a whole sea change going on out there in the world. It's just amazing when you think about it. The largest retailer in the world does not own a store, and the largest provider of transportation in the United States does not own a car.
By the way, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, David Johnson.
Preach it, somebody.
Hey, because listen, Uber at some point when we get driverless cars that work really well, Uber's going to already own the market. So watch out; they may be owning cars in the future.
Yeah, Tesla's getting tore up right now with that whole crash.
I don't think Uber's public.
Not yet. David, thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, David.
Talk to you next week.
All right, you guys have a great show. We'll see you.
Awesome. Hey, coming up, Justin Young from Valdosta, Georgia, Paramount Benefits Group is in the room.
In the house. He's a Towser.
He's the Towser. We all are a Towser.
Hi, this is Heidi Godman. Join me for a daily dose of health and wellness information on Health Check. Weekdays at 3, right here on WSRQ Radio, the voice of Sarasota.
Your business workforce management system should be working for you, not the other way around. Take a breath of fresh air with Payserve Systems. Quickly and easily identify top employees, know who to promote, and use real-time insights to develop strategic plans and increase your workforce productivity. Gain operational visibility, efficiency, and accuracy. Built-in compliance alerts protect your business. Get Payserve Systems working for you. Go to trypayserve.com today. That's trypayserv.com.
Accidents happen, and meeting by accident is never good when it's a car accident. Finding the right place to repair your vehicle is risky. Trusted by top insurance agencies, Dynamic Motor Car Center has a trained, certified staff of expert technicians. So when the unexpected happens, call Dynamic Motor Car Center, where quality service and value are not just words. Call them at 371-8844 and turn your meeting by accident into a safe bet.
Problems with the IRS do not go away on their own, and often you're in over your head before you know it. Don't try to tackle this alone. Call Sarasota attorney Mary E. King today. Mary has been serving our community for over 16 years. Reach out to her and see how Mary may be able to help you with the IRS. For a consultation, call 906-7585. That's 906-7585. Or visit her at taxlawyerflorida.com, because life should be less taxing.
Hi, I'm Barbara Cogswell from A Better Solution. We provide non-medical home health care services. We are here to help with transportation, light housekeeping, meal preparation, respite care for loved ones, and so much more. Our services are available 24/7 or as needed. Call for your free assessment today at 941-906-1881. Don't forget to mention WSRQ to receive a special rate. Employment opportunities are available. Call now, 941-906-1881.
Today is the best day to buy and invest in our appreciating real estate market. Kay Weinfordner with Exit Dream Team Realty has been providing real estate services since 1997 to Sarasota and Manatee counties. for a free consultation for any of your real estate needs, such as renting to own, selling, buying, or investing. Contact Kay today. Call her at 302-1707 or find her online, kayweinfordner.com.
How you doing? This is Officer Danny Robbins with the Sarasota Police Department. You love your home, so make sure to protect it from criminals. The Sarasota Police Department wants to offer you some helpful hints to protect your home. First, make sure that all the doors of your home are locked. Second, do not draw attention to your home by leaving empty boxes out at the curb. Third, add motion lights to the outside of the home for security. Fourth, do not leave valuables in your car in plain view. Bring them inside. This message has been brought to you by the Sarasota Police Department.
Don't lose touch just because you've left Sarasota. Stay connected with our online stream at WSRQradio.com.
Tell you what, that dang old internet, it's real easy, man.
WSRQ Radio, we're back. Dave Kaufman, Todd Saylor show this morning. Exciting stuff, Dave.
Absolutely.
Love our guest, Justin Young. Justin, good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
I know you've been sitting so patiently this morning.
I'm just being entertained by you guys.
I saw you crack a smile a couple, 3-4 times.
Yeah, this is relaxed radio. I'm enjoying it. It's probably the most fun I've had on radio in the past 6 or 7 times.
Hey, I love to hear that.
Let's write that one down. Relaxed radio.
Relaxed
WSRQ radio.
Relax.
Business. Relax.
It sounded like an R&B station
exactly.
now.
Yeah, but we decided we were just going to let you talk for the next 30 minutes.
Well,
would you do the alphabet for us?
Do you want that extra country sound?
I want to just give me a few letters and just lay it on thick for me.
Just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
You know?
Gotta love
And they were all
Georgia
in the right
boy.
order, so that's good. And
we have something in common, Justin. We're both from Georgia.
With that we are.
Yeah.
You don't sound like it.
Well, I've been around.
They won't take you.
Yeah.
Florida has polluted his accent.
When I get around my people, though, I can really turn it on. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
boy.
Your people. Just don't sing for me.
Hey, I'm a good singer.
All right, so we got to start the show with something. I want to talk to Justin. Justin, here's one of the things I always like to talk about. We know you're in the insurance business. It's in the senior benefit program. You've made a living at it. But before we get into how successful you are, because you're super successful, what's your story? Where'd you grow up? Why are you different? Why are you wired different? You're obviously different. I mean, we talk about the word of the day today.
Not in a bad way, but
but I don't know. Everyone's got a perspective, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
The Tousers are wired different.
That's right. Justin has a great talent, storytelling.
Well, tell me a little bit about what's your story.
Well, I grew up in South Georgia, obviously, from my accent, Adel, Georgia. It's about 40 miles from the Florida line. Not a very big town, total population around 5,000 people. Grew up, my dad was chief of EMS, grew up around public safety, was also a pastor, and music was my passion growing up. I thought I would planned on doing that the rest of my life. At age 15, homeschooled, went on the road in contemporary Christian music till I was 21, toured and played. Thought I would do that the rest of my life, but just really felt at that time my dad had a church that was growing, and he was adding staff, and so came back and basically became eventually, within about a year, I was the janitor when I first came back. But,
all right, another cleaning company.
There you go.
Love it.
But after a year, became the executive assistant, moved into being an actual executive pastor and chief financial officer for the ministry, which at that time was pretty large. So first 10 years of my professional life, that's what we done, and then come from a very entrepreneurial family at the same time. Moved into real estate, had several LLCs, and did the whole real estate thing up until 2008.
Yeah. We all know what happened
and
there.
It was very successful early on to be in my 20s, and had a lot going on, but pretty much just hit a brick wall. Went through, virtually lost everything, went through a divorce, went bankrupt. And so
this is a country song.
That's it. It's a country song, man.
You just got to fit a freight train in there somewhere.
That's it. And your mama getting ran over by it. And we'll be ready to go.
Then we're ready. You got a song then, buddy.
All the best country songs involve mamas, somebody dying in liquor. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
But
Unbelievable.
that's it.
And a dog. There's got to be a dog in there
there's
somewhere.
a dog in there somewhere.
Well, Dave knows. He's from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
But no, that's kind of my story. And so basically just, went through a rough patch there several years, and really a time of kind of questioning and trying to reboot and restart and figure things out. And at that time, the only thing I knew, I owned a assisted living facility, a lot of real estate, was just left with a tremendous amount of debt. The only thing that I knew to do to survive it at that time was to go into the insurance industry. I'd watched my grandfather and my uncle be very successful at it. They'd always told me, whatever you do, don't get in this business. And then I found myself in a position that's all I knew to do. So
upstream.
Didn't want to own nothing, didn't want to be in charge of nothing, was just, I felt like at that time in life somebody had stripped me naked and rubbed me with a wire brush. I was just wore out.
That's a good job for me to say.
Yeah.
But listen, let me tell you something. This is what's encouraging to me about this show, Dave. You have a brilliant path of guests, and here's another stellar pauser, if you will.
Right.
The story behind success is the most compelling stories in the world.
That's right.
And so when you look at success, people, I mean, they want to hear, okay, you probably make some money and you've done very well, but people want to know that you have went or are going through things that they're going through right now, because you're probably in the 1 percentile.
Yeah.
Right. And so you got 99 percentile out there saying, how do I get there?
Right.
And so they need to hear that you did it. You are an overcomer. Many people start off in the Christian or the church way there, but nothing changes if nothing changes.
Absolutely.
You're in a situation, Justin, where nothing was going to change if you didn't change.
Yeah. My philosophy is life is made up of a series of squeezes and worlds. And what I mean by that, you went through a squeeze, you went through a rough patch, but it opened up to a brand new world. I've gone through some rough patches, and it opens up to and each time the world is bigger. So I'm trying to appreciate the squeezes and appreciate what I learned from those squeezes. What would you say was the biggest lesson that you learned during your squeeze?
I'll word it this way: the relationships that you build and the trust that you build with mentors and leaders in your life during the times of celebration, during the high times, when the sky is sunny and the sailing is smooth, when you get in the middle of a storm and you can't see clearly and you're being tossed every which direction and you've got no sense of direction, you just feel lost.
Right.
Learn to still continue to trust the relationship, the voice that you learn to trust during peacetime. Make sure that you're still listening to that same voice during the wartime. Even though when it was sunny and it was clear, that person, that leadership, the people that you were submitted to, the people that helped you get where you are in life, even though you can't see clearly and don't understand, and don't mean you might not have some times that you don't even trust them. But ultimately, you've got mentors, leaders, people that can speak into your life that can say, go, come, leave. Those people. You got to learn to continue to trust that voice, even when you can't see clearly, because none of us are inept and incapable of making it through that. But so many people just they cast off restraint, and they just it's a downward spiral from there.
Dave, people need to understand that Justin is the largest producing agency in the top 3, if not number 1, in the country in senior insurance care products. This guy went from nothing to number 1.
Yeah.
And so when you
a couple of years,
I want people to understand what we're building to, we're crescendoing to, really what the success is, but where you were, and so I want them to understand the impact. You didn't lay around.
Yeah. You got after it.
You went after it.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
Todd, ask me how Justin and I met.
Dave.
Yes.
How did you and Justin meet?
We met in Dallas, Texas, at the Zig Ziglar headquarters. He was, you came in a day late because something happened, right? Was that you? Or no, that was somebody else.
Yeah, that was somebody else.
That was somebody else. But he came in and dressed to the nines, and then he opened his mouth and he had this marvelous Southern accent, and I was like, that's my man right there. That's my people. And he told a story there. I think it was something about a cat.
That was the video shoot we just did when we were just out there. The one when we were out there first is where I tell the story about the wanting a horse so bad.
That's it. It was the horse. Yeah. Tell that story real quick.
Yeah. No. That kind of ties into the whole Excellence Effect speaking company thing. But basically, when I was growing up, I wanted a horse really bad. Grew up most of my life just kind of living in an apartment those first few years up until, the second, third grade, somewhere in there, I forget. So parents finally bought a piece of property. We built a little small home there on it. It's about 2 acres of land. But we were right next door to a farm. So the fence right next to us, there was a horse there. Every day I'd go over and feed it and pet it. And, that was just kind of a dream. And I had a grandfather that was kind of a cowboy from out west, so it was a whole idolized kind of deal. We thought that'd be the coolest thing in the world to own a horse. And
horses are.
And so that's what I wanted. But at that time, financially, where my parents were, even though they provided well for us, so there wasn't a ton of extra money at the end of the month. So something like a horse, that's a lot of upkeep, a lot of financial investment.
Yeah,
so
they eat like a horse.
They eat like a horse. And so, but no, we basically we had that dream for it. But my dad, being a visionary type person he is, he understood that you're not going to get a horse if you don't have somewhere to put it.
Right.
If you don't have a barn, don't have somewhere to go. And so, long story short, without breaking down the whole deal on that, the very horse that I wanted all those years, or that I wanted, it actually turned out to be the one that I went and got to touch and pet and see. Every day. And that particular one was one we thought we could never afford, never have, come from a famous bloodline. But we wasn't able to get the horse until we stepped out and we first built a fence. We looked crazy. It took us, we could only afford 3 or 4 posts that Saturday, but we went to the hardware store, we put in the work, we done it. We had a fence and a barn. And as we began to do that, people would come and show up and say, hey, I own a hardware store. I got some windows I'll give you. I'll donate this. We'll do that. And, we had a nice, it looked like something off of a TV show, barn, fence, the whole deal. But it was empty for a while. But you can't have a horse until you've got a barn or someplace to put it. You got to have something to hold the provision. If you want provision in your life, you got to take a step. You got to move. You got to have, if you want a baby, you got to have a nursery. You don't have the baby and then go build in the nursery. The nursery's always ready before the baby comes.
So you looked a lot like Noah building an ark before there was ever a flood, but when the flood came, you were set.
Exactly.
Awesome. So you have to build it if you want it. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversation, and we're going to tell you how Justin built Paramount Benefits Group. Stay tuned.
You can stay connected with everything happening in Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice by visiting our online stream at WSRQradio.com.
I'm 10 News meteorologist Kate Wenzel with your Suncoast weather forecast on WSRQ. We'll see a 20% chance of a few scattered showers and storms, mainly through 9 p.m. with partly cloudy skies. Warm and muggy to start the evening, readings still staying in the mid-80s, around 80 degrees at midnight, and an overnight low of 76 degrees. Then on Saturday, a 30% chance of scattered showers and storms developing during the early afternoon and moving inland with a high of 90. That's your 10 News weather on WSRQ, the voice of Sarasota, Manatee.
How do you define clean? At Gotta Made, our mission is to provide you with the most amazing cleaning experience ever, or it's free. After an initial interview, a licensed, bonded, and insured technician will be trained to meet your definition of clean. The same person will arrive on time, every time. To arrange an interview, give us a call at 400-3711 or on the web at GottaMadeClean.com. Gotta Made, the most amazing cleaning experience ever, or it's free.
You gotta get something fun to read. Read it in the coffee news. Read it in the coffee news.
Have you picked up your coffee news? Fun news, trivia, what's happening, and more. It's good news you can enjoy while you're eating or waiting. And there's a new issue of Coffee News every week, connecting you to the services and products available in your neighborhood. Coffee News, entertaining, connecting, supporting your community.
Read it in the coffee news. Read it in the coffee news.
Hi, I have to tell you some really good news. My good friend Larry Cullen wants each of you to know that Sleep King of Sarasota is ready to help you get that good night's sleep. Wonderful mattresses from Stearns & Foster to Sealy and Simmons, because you deserve the best. So stop by and see Larry Cullen at 1901 Hanson Street. Take it, Larry.
Buy a mattress today, sleep on it tonight. free same-day delivery, even if I have to carry it on my back. Only at Sleep King in Sarasota.
Did you know when you donate or shop at Goodwill, you are changing lives through the power of work? With the sales of donated goods and philanthropic dollars, Goodwill is able to assist people with disabilities and other barriers to employment by providing job skill training and employment opportunities. In fact, in 2015, Goodwill Minnesota served 22,739 people. Thank you for supporting Goodwill, and for more information, visit experiencegoodwill.org.
Exit Dream Team Realty and broker Michael Grant, located downtown Sarasota at 1956 Main Street, directly across from the Hollywood 20 parking garage, are ready to meet your real estate needs for buying and selling in Manatee and Sarasota counties. If you're thinking about anything to do with real estate, contact Exit Dream Team Realty today at 941-827-0700 or stop in and visit. Let our staff and qualified agents point you in the direction of your real estate dreams. If you're currently renting and want to own, call us. If you're selling, we can get you top dollar faster than the others. Let us explain how we can make that dream a reality for you. Just mention WSRQ and get a free home warranty on your new dream home purchase at closing or when listing your property with us to safely and quickly sell. And if you're interested in a career in real estate, call us today. Your dream income is here at Exit Dream Team Realty. Each Exit office is independently owned and operated.
Don't have a radio nearby? Listen online at WSRQradio.com. WSRQ, the voice of Sarasota, Manatee.
Here we go, WSRQ Radio. I'm smiling because I'm looking at Dave and I'm looking at Justin and I'm saying, man, I love my life.
That's great.
I love the fact that I get to get up and do this in the morning, and I get inspired by Dave Kaufman. And this morning I'm inspired by Justin Young. He just told us an inspirational story about getting up, getting it done, not wallowing in your problems, building a barn, building a fence before you get your property. Love this stuff, and I think it's inspiring to people. It's inspired me, and entirely relatable. Justin, I'm just, it's a privilege to hear you speak so passionately and to live the life that you've put before you for your children and set that type of example. I think it's indicative of the type of show that we're trying to run here.
Yeah.
And it's just a blessing. So we're going to talk a little bit about your organization, Paramount Benefits. Did I say that right?
You did.
Would you say it for me one time?
Paramount Benefits Group.
Paramount Benefits Group. I love it. I'm in a similar industry, but I'm certainly not in the insurance world like you are. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to just kind of explain the need, because this is a big need. A misunderstood part of our culture in America is how we do take care of the seniors. We do take care of them. We take care of our seniors better than most countries in the world.
Right.
But yet it is complex. And it is sometimes there's holes in that process. And so a guy like Justin comes along, builds an organization around what can he do for them, and how can we leverage the favor that's been given by this organization. So Justin, how do you make a living at Paramount Benefits?
Well, we solve a problem, obviously, and the problem that we solve is most seniors, I won't say all, but the great majority we sit with, I would say well over 75%, have tremendous holes in their retirement plan and don't realize it. Human nature is people buy a life insurance policy earlier on, they stick it in a drawer, if they can even find it, okay, or even know where it's at, stick it in the drawer, maybe take it to the bank, put it in the safety deposit box, never read it, not once do they read one thing about it, never look at it again, don't understand it, don't know what they have. Half the time it's something that is going to expire when they turn age 80. It's not permanent. It's term, or it's increasing in premium, and they don't know why. And there they are trying to decide between, this month I'm living off nothing but Social Security. Is it medicine? Is it food? Or am I going to pay my insurance premium this month? So, and then also, the medical side, Medicare supplementation. You got Medicare A and B paying 80% roughly of expenses, but then they've got that 20% in medicine needs, which is a big gap and a big hole. And so what we do is we come in and we help you first understand that process, understand what you need. We meet you where you are. We don't come and, send something in the mail that's a blanket cookie cutter thing, because that's the problem now. So many seniors, you got all these companies, everything's mailed to them. They don't understand it. They get sent a catalog that's supposed to explain Medicare, but I've read it and still can't understand it myself, and I'm in the business.
Especially when they turn 65, they get barraged with all
it's
these
confusing
mails and emails, and they're hit up. So it really helps because you go in person, correct?
We go in person, and what we find with that generation is that it's much more easy to go in and to be able to conduct business with them in that face-to-face manner, because that's what they're used to and accustomed to.
And you personally have sold a pile of this stuff.
Personally have, yeah.
And you have sales agents out selling it alongside you now, and you're still selling.
Correct. We do millions of dollars a year.
All right, let's have some fun. You're in sales, right?
That's right.
Dave, this might make you a little nervous.
I don't care.
We're going to role play.
You're not fixing to do the sell me this pen thing, are you?
No, I want to buy some senior insurance. I want to buy because I want to understand.
Because he's 51 years old.
I got my ARP. I got ARP. I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
I had to go there.
Hey, in those turquoise glasses though over there, he never would look 51.
I know. Yeah.
I'm loving those glasses.
Why don't you post a Facebook of me in these glasses?
Those are sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what people. These is my Detroit Lion reader glasses. Now, don't even go. All right, so you're coming up to my doorstep. I'm a qualified lead. I'm 67 years old, and knock knock.
So
I'm answering the door. Hello.
Oh, we're actually doing
the
actual
what are you doing here?
You sent this card in about your Medicare supplement.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and we're just coming by to see you about it, make sure you've got everything you need. There's a lot of changes with Medicare right now, and a lot of things going on in the healthcare world.
I don't understand Medicare.
I know you don't. That's why we're here to help you. So it'll just take a few minutes. We just want to make sure you understand what Medicare Part A and B does, and see what you've got that's covering that 20% for you.
Really? 20%. I'm so confused. I get so much email. I get so much mail. I don't even understand email. So there's something to help me, even though I'm past a certain age?
Absolutely. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, is to help you personally and explain anything you need to know about it.
Quickly, just tell me what you're going to do at the end of the day. If I do what you asked me to do, sir, what am I going to have when you walk out this door?
Well, you'll have the security and peace of mind to know that you've got the best plan, because we have literally every carrier in the country. So we've already done the shopping for you, so we know that we've got you with the most inexpensive A-rated company to cover that gap in Medicare, and also with your life insurance to make sure we'll do a review there to make sure you're not going to get a letter all of a sudden at 81 and it's been canceled.
What if my heart's not so good?
That doesn't matter, because we deal with companies that specialize in 65 and older. They already know, they've factored in the fact that majority of 65 and older is going to have health issues, and the underwriting is built in such a way that we can guarantee you'll have coverage. It's not an issue.
Well, I appreciate you coming by in person, Justin, because I need to see the people I'm dealing with. I appreciate you putting the time in to come and knocking on my door, and appreciate you doing the investigation for it. I'm sure we're going to do some business. That's how we role play.
That's huge, because when you show up in person, they can actually see, they can actually feel the trust. I think that's a really good lesson that business owners can take out of this.
Is this the first ever role play on our show? He was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a master. He's a master.
I love it.
So yeah. So what else does your company do besides the senior benefit, Medicare? You do life insurance, everything in the whole package.
We do. It's primarily Medicare supplements, and then final expense life insurance. And of course, we're dealing with a segment and a demographic that if we're not there to help them, they'll have no way to even pay for the burial expenses of their loved ones.
Right.
And so it's very key. It's very important. And then we also deal with more upper echelon clientele as well that may need a bigger policy, or actually be trying to, cover some type of business need or something. We do that as well. That is a fragment of what we do, but we also do service those type of needs as well if we come across a client that has a specialized type need when it comes to insurance. And then we also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this as well, my partner, John Tanner, is also my brother-in-law. I allowed him to marry my sister several years ago.
Did he ask your permission?
And, well, we went behind the barn and worked that out. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually my best friend. And when I went through that hard time for 2 years, me and him was virtually living together, okay?
Oh, wow.
Because he was walking through a similar situation at the exact same time. But he owns Tanner Investment Group, and we're actually just, if you could, sister companies, so to speak. We're in the same building. And partner on a lot of this, but he's Series 766 with Triad Advisors and full financial planner. So we do, we have an outlet there as well where we can help make sure folks aren't outliving their retirement and that their finances, 401ks, everything they've worked so hard to build is secure. So we've got an expert on that end as well.
So I'm sorry. You were saying that your company's really growing right now, going through a growth spurt.
Mm-hmm.
What is behind that growth?
Great question.
Well, everything rises and falls on leadership.
That's right.
And another thing John Maxwell says, is the big momentum. When you got the you ride it.
Right.
And one thing when I first started 6 years ago in this business, we tried to recruit and tried to grow right off the bat. And it just didn't happen. It fell apart. As a matter of fact, we'd ran up. You and I were talking earlier about leads and how expensive that kind of thing is. Mm-hmm. Really, we caused ourselves a quick catastrophe that we had to dig out of right off the bat. And what looking back now, and not to build myself up, but and I think about the story you told about the kid coming, and the paper was all tore up, and putting the world back together. I don't know if you've told that story on the air. If you
think I have. Yeah.
You probably need to tell it again. That was great, and I stole it, and I've been using it all over everywhere. So.
Oh, cool.
That was great. But no, looking back, it's the whole thing. I mean, we had to get to a place in the business ourselves. And just, I was coming out of a place of, that 2 years we talked about that rough patch. And really, it was just premature. I had to get back to a place as a person, that we could really begin to build from there. And so now it's just we've finally gotten to the place where, things are back at peace in life. We've dug out of the hardship and hard time. And I think now that I've got that story and I've been there,
right.
I didn't have to start recruiting. When it was time to recruit, people started coming to me. They said, "Man, is this true? How are you doing this? How did you come back so quick from that? What happened?" And really, just the grace of God on my life has been the greatest recruiting agent that I could have had. Now we have recruiting campaigns, and we're in the colleges, and we're direct emailing people, and we're trying to help change other people's life through this business from a career standpoint. But it started by people seeing and saying, "Hey, man, you've been through hell with gas drawers on, and in 2 to 3 years, you don't even hardly smell like smoke anymore. What happened?"
Right.
And it's not me. It's the grace of God on my life, and I'm thankful for that every day. But at the same time, he's got to use somebody to do what he's going to do.
Right.
And so it's a lot of hard freaking work, too.
Right.
So,
I appreciate that. Leverage your favor.
That's right.
And he did that, and he did it with excellence, and he never gave up. His favor, your favor at this point was to backpedal to insurance. Now,
That's
you said
right.
originally I didn't want to do that.
Right.
That was the favor I had.
You use what's in your hand.
And then you go.
Mm-hmm.
You go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned that he did it with excellence. One of his other companies is called the Excellence Effect. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about that company and what he does on a personal level for people all over the country.
Good job.
Join me, Nate Ditchfield, as we tee it up from 8 to 9 a.m. every Saturday morning live right here on WSRQ, your number one source for everything golf on the Suncoast.
There's a smarter, more efficient way to handle all of your workforce-related activities. Payserve Systems' Human Capital Management System provides intuitive, in-the-moment insights to help you organize, staff, and pay your workforce. Manage the full hire-to-retire life cycle in one simple, easy-to-use system. The most important investment any business can make is in its people. Maximize your workforce ROI with Payserve Systems. Go to trypayserve.com today. That's trypayserv.com.
How do you define clean? At Gotta Made, our mission is to provide you with the most amazing cleaning experience ever. or it's free. After an initial interview, a licensed, bonded, and insured technician will be trained to meet your definition of clean. The same person will arrive on time, every time. To arrange an interview, give us a call at 400-3711 or on the web at GottaMadeClean.com. GottaMade, the most amazing cleaning experience ever, or it's free.
Accidents happen, and meeting by accident is never good when it's a car accident. Finding the right place to repair your vehicle is risky. Trusted by top insurance agencies, Dynamic Motor Car Center has a trained, certified staff of expert technicians. So when the unexpected happens, call Dynamic Motor Car Center, where quality service and value are not just words. Call them at 371-8844 and turn your meeting by accident into a safe bet.
This is Lucia's recital, not her memorial. Her family cheers instead of mourns. With flowers, they give instead of leave. Her family now has a solar lamp, not a kerosene one. A lamp that won't explode, nor add her life to the 2 million that kerosene lamps claim every year. No, Lucia's song will only end to start a new one, because Lucia's solar lamp is giving her a brighter future. Help us donate solar lamps. Visit wattsoflove.org.
Shine down on me.
Are you currently in the middle of a new home purchase and wondering if you're getting the best deal out there? Have you been working on getting a home loan and are still not sure if you're approved? Is your closing date fast approaching and you still don't know when or if you're going to close? Call Jamie Black with Movement Mortgage at 941-961-3470. Jamie is right here in Sarasota, Florida to serve you. Movement Mortgage has designed their entire loan process to take those stresses and hassles away. Movement Mortgage offers upfront underwriting and processes over 70% of loans in just 7 days. This streamlined process helps Jamie get you to close faster. Call Jamie now for your free mortgage consultation. Join the movement of change and discover a new way to bring you home faster. Call Jamie Black at 941-961-3470 with Movement Mortgage. Movement Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 39179. Jamie Black, NMLS 1413626. NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
You're listening to the only local talk radio station on both the AM and FM dial. WSRQ 106.9 FM, 1220 AM, and 98.3 FM. The voice of Sarasota, Manatee.
Welcome back to the Empowering Small Business Show with Dave Kaufman and Todd Saylor and Justin Young. Justin has another company that we want to talk about in the last and final segment here. It's called The Excellence Effect. Justin, tell us about that company and what it is that you do in that company.
Well, the Excellence Effect is just a motivational, inspirational company. It's an outlet for us to write. Of course, we've been featured in a couple books, Ziglar and with Michelle Prince, America's Productivity Coach. Also, we got it one day going to get the first soul book out. I think you're still done with yours.
Actually, it's in the hands of the editor. It's going to be produced and ready to go by October 1st.
There you go. Well, we're not quite that far yet. We're getting there, but yeah, and so it's an avenue to be able to write and speak and reach people, and just to help them break out of the mindset of mediocrity. And really, do something with their life. So
let's talk about the name of your company, The Excellence Effect. What is excellence?
Well, I believe excellence honors God and it inspires people. And the greatest enemy to operate in excellence in most people's lives is perceived perfection. People get excellence and perfection confused. They think, okay, to be excellent, that means it's got to be perfect. No, excellence, my definition of excellence is doing the very best you have with what you've been given.
That's powerful.
Doing the very best you have with what you've been given. And when you begin to move and operate in excellence, it begins to draw key relationships to your life. You don't have to worry about networking. If you'll be the person to be, to do, to have, if you'll be the person. Okay, this is a Ziglar philosophy, be to do to have. But if you'll be the person you're supposed to be and you give it everything you've got, in other words, if you can't sit there and complain that you want a new house and you don't mow the yards in the one you're in now.
Right.
Okay, you don't clean. In other words, you've got to do the very best with what you've been given. And then and only then will your expansion come and your tents be enlarged and borders be increased and momentum come? And you know, just to tag back in, another thing you asked earlier, you know, with the company, why we're in momentum now? Well, it's that be to do to have. We had to get to the point we were doing the very best with what we had, and then it all begins to come. And those people with key relationships, they've got talents and they've got abilities and things that you need to help you get where you're going. And as you help them, then they help you, which again ties us back into a Ziegler philosophy of you can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want.
That's exactly right. And that ties back into the story that you mentioned that you stole from me about the kid. You know, the story was the kid wanted to go out and play catch with his dad, and Dad said, "No, can't you see I'm busy?" And that happened several times. And finally, the dad tore out a page of a magazine with a world map on it and tore the page up and gave it to the kid. Said, "When you come back, put this puzzle together. When you come back, I'll go play catch with you." Thought he, bought himself time, eternity. He never figured it out.
Right.
And about 10 minutes later, the kid comes back with the puzzle completely put back together. And the dad says, "Son, how in the world did you do that so quick?" And he says, "Well, on the other side of the page, I noticed before you tore it out, there was a picture of a man's face. When I got the man right, the world became right."
That's it.
And I think that's the reason for, you went through that tough time. We all go through that tough time. We all go through squeezes. If you're in a world right now, you're going to go through a squeeze. If you're squeezed, you're going to come out in a bigger world. It's just the way it is. And it all depends on your attitude. And if you want a good garden, you have to prepare the soil.
Correct.
You have to get the man right before the world comes right. And that's what I think you did in your company. You focused on yourself. And you were saying something really interesting during the break. And by the way, the best radio happens in the break.
Totally.
It always happens.
We should record it.
But you said that, you were laying down, like you were like, leave me alone. Can you kind of talk about that? You were beat up. I mean, it was, you wanted to just run.
Yeah, no, I had gotten to a place in life, just being in leadership positions at a very young age, pressure. And when I finally exploded and the world kind of fell apart, I got to the point you just want to kind of crawl into a fetal position and just, turn the lights off. Everybody leave me alone. And really at that point in life, the life of working an 8 to 5 and having no responsibility. And, I put it this way, being the type of mentality that you've got enough left over to, buy a 6-pack on the weekend or go to dinner, at McDonald's, but just live a happy, that almost looks attractive at a certain point when you get to that place.
Right.
But even when I was there and I was trying to just be that, I just wanted to sell insurance out of my car and everybody leave me the heck alone. But even in that position, there's still that thing inside of you that said, you know what, this sucks.
Right.
And you wasn't meant to stay here, and you're not going to stay here. And I didn't even know how I would get out of getting myself in that position. But when it's in you, it's in you. And what's the Ziegler quote? You're designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. And so when that's in you, man, it's in you.
Right.
And you can lay in the muck and the mire for a little while, but soon your daddy's going to be there saying, I've got a robe, I've got a ring, you were called for greatness. There's something in your life for you to do, and you're going to have to get out of there. And even if you don't want to get out of there, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay, but I call it God. It's engineered in such a way it's going to pull you back out of there. And I was telling y'all, I got put in a position where I virtually ended up back in charge, having to run a business, and then from there it's your own in the business, and you can run from it, but you're going in right back up where you can't outrun God. So
no, that's so true. That's so true.
I'm watching. This is awesome.
It's
radio.
Amazing. Yeah.
Awesome radio. I fought a good fight. I finished the race. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Great.
So you own several companies now. We have about 6,700 business owners listening right now. How do you manage your stress? I mean, I know you have stress, but I mean, the pressure of owning a business and growing a company, that it comes with a price. Mm-hmm. How do you manage it? How do you recommend other people handle it?
You have to, and this takes us back to something we talked about in the break, but you celebrate what you love about the business and you manage what you dislike. Okay.
Right.
The celebration will get you through a lot of stress.
Right.
Okay. I love to celebrate. Me and my wife we come down. You're going to be doing vacation on Anna Marie Island. We come down early and go to the Ritz-Carlton, and have some nice meals and recharge and let the kids do fun things. And, private fireworks show on Lido Beach for Ritz-Carlton people last night. Things like that. Just celebrate what you love. I love the fact that this business gives me freedom, and it gives me flexibility, and it gives me financial resources, and it gives me a way to provide. And I celebrate those things, and I manage what I dislike. And I also make sure that there's that decompression time. You've got to have the time. As much as I love Grant Cardone and 10X, you can't 10X over every weekend, or you're going to 10X yourself dead. Okay?
That's true.
There's reality that you've got to take some time. And I love to entertain. I love to, for me, my thing is I have people over and I cook for them. Some people play golf, some people go fishing, some people go hunting, and I like some of those things. But pretty much every weekend I'm going to have people over, and we're going to cook, and we're going to be around the outdoor kitchen, and we're going to have fun. And relationships and people and food and fellowship, that communion, that magical thing that happens when you connect with people over food and just relax and enjoy life and take a deep breath, that's what gets me through.
1 minute to go. Let's not get started on barbecue. Justin is also a master barbecue. Look him up on Facebook. Justin, how do people get a hold of you?
You can go to my website at jjustinyoung.com. You can also visit our company website at paramountbenefitsgroup.com. We're on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, right. Everything you can be on. And there's direct links from jjustinyoung.com that takes you to all of those social media avenues.
Justin, thank you so much for joining us today. And to the listeners, thank you for tuning in. I want to thank my sponsors, PayServSystems.com, Dynamic Motor Car, and Gotta Made. And
everybody,
absolutely great 4th, everybody. I'm Dave Kaufman, saying that you can have everything in life you want if you would just help enough others get what they want in life. Cheers.